today.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win. Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
This defense for the Niners, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
I know coaches always tell us that they make decisions about these types of plays, this type of a fake, earlier in the week to take the emotion out of the deal. I don't know that that was really true here. This one felt like all of a sudden, hey, I have a feeling about it. Let's go ahead and get it, and it just didn't work.
Well, I know one thing. They wish they had it back.
Yeah, they certainly do, but the buck stops with the head coach on that one. He has to green light that attempt.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores, and, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line.
A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A great effort there. 35 yards.
And the 49ers are on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now a throw here to his running back. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll set up a throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
Back to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
You look at this Niner defense.
They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7.
7.
I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
They'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now second down. Remember, these two teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners go up by 2 touchdowns. The point after is good, and it's now 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Stays on his feet. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Down the left sideline. That is incomplete.
Tremendous field position there.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. He'll drop to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Oh, and now some space to operate. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. 72 yards on the punt return.
And the 49ers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
And that's complete to Adams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
So, all right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them, so what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
But CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
He finds his man Johnson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. This is fielded at the 27. A good return there, call it 13 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this 35-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now it's another carry for the fullback Johnson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now back to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Now a run with a fullback Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle, a 2nd and 10 now.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Looking to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted.
Down the left sideline.
And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. They're going to look to throw.
That one is slant to McLaurin.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Complete. It's Johnson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper.
And the Seahawks are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. 56 yards.
And the Niners extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign.
Point after up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Into space at the 45.
As they finally wrangle him in at the 48. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working and keep it going.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at second down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Pressure comes, and down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And fights through one man. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for San Francisco, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Seattle,
this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left.
and they'll try to rebound.